What is going on, everyone? My name is Joseph Reynolds, and today joining me is Mr. Bobby Kristensen ahead of his next fight against Nathaniel Wood on UKFC. Obviously, another good opponent after your debut. How are you feeling for this fight, buddy?
Very good, very good. I feel like I've leveled up a lot since my last fight. Um, feel confident. My cardio's through the roof. Can't wait to get in there.
Yeah, and as well, you're still really early on in terms of your amateur career and even
Yeah,
just in MMA in general. But the opponent that you're facing a good opponent. So to take this fight already and to be in this position where you can fight these good opponents as well, what do you feel that sort of says about yourself to already be in this position in such a short time in MMA?
well, I know the gym I'm in, they're never gonna give me like an easy fight. Do you know what I mean? Like every fight's gonna be a tough opponent. Like I feel like stylistically, this is a very good fight for me. I feel like I beat him in every position this goes, but I think he still gives me a few problems that I have to face. So I like the matchup here.
Yeah, and as well, obviously, in terms of the footage that he has to go off, obviously, it's your debut, whereas you've got the three fights yourself, and
Hmm.
there'll be a big difference from the debut as well. So, do you feel as though that plays into your hand a little bit, knowing that there's less things that he can watch of you, whereas there's more footage that you can watch of him? Or how do you sort of see this fight being from your last one?
Um, yeah, the only thing he can watch is just a grappling fight. Really, that's all he can see of me, and I see this as a striking predominantly fight. So there's not much he can watch of me, and the stuff I've seen of him, I don't feel like the level of competition of what I've watched is like anywhere near my level. So I feel like it's hard to judge, like go off the people we fought.
Yeah, and then as well, obviously, you mentioned in terms of the gym that you're training in, the quality that's there, especially in the division that you're fighting in, and above that as well, that flyweight, bantamweight with all the names there. So to have those
Mm.
sort of training partners and to be in that atmosphere at Aspire, seen as one of the best gyms in the country at the moment, what has that sort of been like to be in that atmosphere every day?
Oh, it's helped me so much. Like I've probably started training with all the main guys, like like the Tom Harveys, Luke Burns, Conor McKay, all them, like in the past year, and how much it's helped me level is it's crazy. I've only been doing MMA for like a year and a half altogether, and I'm already on my second amateur fight against a good opponent, so that should show how much work I put in with them guys.
100%. And as well, having those sort of training partners, being able to sort of gather from their experiences as well. Because obviously, some of them more progressed in their amateur careers, or some even on the cusp of turning pro. Some have turned pro now as well. So
Yeah,
I feel as though having their experiences as well, it makes you feel more prepared when you do sort of get to go into these fights as well.
yeah, 100%, 100%. Because I know like they're all fighting for belts or coming towards the end of their amateur career. So I know I'm training with the right people, like to find where my level is at.
Yeah, and then obviously, in terms of being in Liverpool at the moment and seeing the growth at the sport in MMA as well,
Mm.
what was it that sort of got you into the sport originally, and what was it in Liverpool that really drew you to be into MMA?
Well, I've always liked like fight like boxing, MMA since very young, but I played footy for like all my life as a kid, so I never like done any combat sports. And then when I left school, um, I heard about the college in the Aspire, so I jumped on that, and that just helped me um get into MMA through the college.
Yeah, and then having those pathways as well in terms of having the college programs that Aspire does have as
Mm.
well, and being a part of it. What was it to have that opportunity to be able to do that, and how much of a benefit has it sort of been to be able to be on that course as well?
It was a huge benefit because you learn it helps you learn a lot about the mental side and like your actual body rather than just fighting. It gets you thinking a lot more about the mental, physical side of the sport.
Yeah, and as well, obviously, in terms of having the course, there's qualifications at the end of it, and there's obviously different pathways that you can go. Obviously, you'll be wanting to do fine, but in terms of having that, how important do you feel it is for MMA in general just to see these sort of courses opening up and for Aspire to be one of the main gyms that do offer those opportunities as well to see?
I think it's a huge benefit, huge benefit. I think we're like the only one in Liverpool, but I think this should be like a new upcoming thing that more cities or more gyms should take place in their gym, because it really does help. It's
Yeah,
just an extra pathway into the sport. If you're nervous about just going straight into the training, there's a college course there that you can take yourself take it like it's school or something.
and then as well, just sort of touching back on the fact, obviously, I saw one of the comments he left on one of the UKFC posts in terms of fight of the night, and that's what you're looking to do. Is that what you're
Yeah.
wanting to turn this fight into? You wanting to make it 3 rounds and make it exciting, or what do you want to get from this fight?
I'm looking for the finish. I feel like I'll find them out in the first and the second round. I can get the finish, but if he shows up, a lot better than I'm expecting, I feel like he could push me to a 3 round fight. I just don't see anywhere he can beat me in this fight. That's
Yeah,
why I
and then
said fight tonight. I think it will be a very good fight either way.
100%. And obviously, you mentioned there you expect it to sort of be one of these striking bouts as well. So, do you feel as though at any point it may go to the ground, or is your idea to
Oh
100% keep this fight standing?
no, it's a MMA fight. The gym I train, we're heavily grappling as well, so I can definitely see it going to the floor, 100%.
100%. And then just one of the final few things for myself is obviously you had your debut on Kingdom. The result didn't go
Yeah,
your way, but however,
yeah.
obviously moving on from that fight and taking away from those experiences, what do you feel as though are going to be some of the biggest differences next time you do step inside the cage?
I feel like just the experience level. The more I do it, the more confident I am in myself. I know I have the ability to do it. It's just like feeling comfortable in there, feeling comfortable with the whole experience backstage, the walking out. Um, every time I do it, I feel more comfortable. It was just that last time, it just went my night. No excuses or nothing. Just a better kid.
Yeah, and does it sort of make when you do move into a fight after having the debut, does it make sort of visualizing what fight night could look like a little bit in terms of how you'll feel? Does it almost make you feel a bit more comfortable in a sense of you've experienced everything beforehand, the camps, the weigh-ins, and all those things? And do you feel as though you feel a much more comfortable sort of going into your next fight?
100%. 100%. This feels a lot more like I'm obviously not used to it. It's my second amateur fight. I've done exhibitions and that before, which aren't the same, but it's starting to feel a lot more comfortable. Like this where I should be. This is where I should be.
100%. And then just a final thing for myself is for those that
Mm,
haven't yet seen one of your fights or seen the fight that you had last time out, what is it that
yeah.
they can expect to see from yourself come fight night?
Well, they can expect to me. I'll actually be able to defend the takedown if he wants to shoot, and if he gets me to the floor, a submission will happen. A submission will happen. But hopefully he'll stay on the feet. A good striking fight, and he'll be out of there in the second.
100%. Well, that is everything from myself. Really appreciate your time. If you'd like to take a chance
Thank
to chat
you.
at teammates, sponsors, any of those things, obviously feel free to go ahead to do.
Just shout out to all my coaches, my team, Dean Garnett, Phil Turner, Anne Robinson, everyone in the gym, everyone who's helped me. Thank you.
There you go. Well, really appreciate your time today. Obviously,
Thank
UKFC
you.
and Boris Kristensen versus Nathaniel Wood, a great fight to see, but appreciate your time today. Thank you very much, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you, mate. See you later. Bye.